Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to learn dynamic programming. Contents: introduction, general method, examples, and multi-stage graphs. So let us move on to the introduction for dynamic programming. So dynamic programming is mainly an optimization over plain recursion. So we know what is recursion. If any function calling itself again and again, so it is called as recursion. So when we go for recursion, when we need that particular functionality more than one time in our programming, so that time we are choosing this recursion concept. So how to make this recursion optimal one, means more efficient one. So we are going to follow the method of dynamic programming. Then what exactly this dynamic programming is? So whenever we see a recursive solution, so that has repeated calls for the same inputs, we can optimize it using dynamic programming. That's what I said. The idea is to simply store the results of sub problems so that we do not have to recompute them when they needed in later parts. For example, we are having sub problems, so and we are going to solve them separately. Whenever we found the solutions of these sub problems, so we can store the solution so that no, those sub problems need not be recomputed. So whenever if we need those sub problems in later part of our problem, so no need to recompute the solution of those sub problems. So as we are going to store the solution of these sub problems. So this simple optimization reduces time complexities from exponential to polynomial. So this is the idea behind dynamic programming. All the solutions of subproblems are stored in a tabular manner, and so here actually dynamic programming concept is here sequentially we are going to find the optimal solution. Means there is a series of tests or steps we are going to perform. At every step, at every sequence of steps, we are going to take a decision, so which is leading us to the optimal solution. So that is the idea behind dynamic programming. So some of the problems we are considering in order to means in order to approach through dynamic programming are knapsack problem. So this is a optimization problem where we will be having some rows of positive numbers where we are having some set of values and some set of weights. We are having a weight which can be greater than 0. We wish to determine the subset, so that is T, of files to store. So that the thing is we are going to maximize the values, and where the constraint is the weight should be less than or equals to the total weight given. So that is the problem of knapsack. So this problem can be solved by making use of dynamic programming. So let us study one more problem. So that is multi-stage graph. Okay, here the multi-stage graph is a directed weighted graph in which the nodes can be divided into set of stages such that all edges are from a stage to next stage only. In other words, so there is no edge between vertices of same stage and from a vertex of current stage to previous stage. So this multi-stage graph is nothing but a directed graph or a digraph we can say, where some set of vertices are collectively taken as a part of one stage in which the vertex, so the edge between vertices will be to the next stage. So there is no edge between vertices of the same stage or a previous stage, so it will be to the next stage. And what this multi-stage graph problem is? So we will be given with a multi-stage graph, and we are given with a source and a destination. We need to find a shortest path from that source to destination. By convention, we usually consider source at stage 1 and destination at last stage. Let us see how this multi-stage graph looks like. So here you can see some vertices. So here we are going to number them. So see here in this diagram you can see they have numbered from 1 to 3 up to 12, because total number of vertices are 12. So here you can see some set of vertices we have done. So this in first set, which we are going to call it as V1, we are having vertex number 1. In set 2, that is V2, we are having some of the vertices like 2, 3, 4 and 5, and here 6, 7 and 8, 9, 10 and 11, and last stage we are having 12. So these particular sets are called as stages. So this is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4 and stage 5. Here we can observe that so there is a edge. So there is a edge from vertex in one stage, the current stage, to next stage. Yes, so we are not going to find any of the edges between the vertices of same stage and edge between vertices of current stage to previous stage. Yes, so there is an edge only from current stage to next stage. Such type of digraphs are called as multi-stage graphs. And the problem given is what? So we have to consider one vertex as a source and one vertex as a destination, and we have to find the path from source to destination, and we are going to consider these paths, and our aim is to find the shortest path from this source to this destination. So the dynamic programming solution is going to use a forward approach in order to solve this multi-stage graph problem. So here the formula given is cost of I comma j. So here this is the cost of a node j at stage I. So here you can see cost of ij means what? So this is the cost of j node j which is present in ith stage, which we are going to find by taking a minimum of the edge weight from j to l. L can be some other vertex, plus cost of I plus 1 comma l. As I told you, L can be some other node. We are going to consider the weight of that edge, sorry, that vertex, plus cost of the cost of that node, sorry, cost of the edge from jth node to L node. Okay, so that L node will be present in I plus 1th stage. So let us solve this problem. So here anyhow we are considering this first vertex as source and this 12th vertex as a destination. Here cost of ij is equals to minimum of c j comma l plus cost of I plus 1 comma l. As we are considering here the forward approach, we are going to start from vertex number 12, and we are going to find the vertex of this 12th as it is itself a destination. So we are going to write cost of 5 comma 12 is equals to 0. So here 5 represents the stage number and 12 is the node itself. So next, moving on to the next stage, previous stage. So we are having 3 vertices 11, 10 and 9. We are going to find the cost of these 3. Here first we have to find the cost of 9, which is present in 4th stage. So this is only one edge is present and no other intermediate vertices are there. So directly we are going to take the edge cost. So that is 9 comma 12. So 9 is the vertex and 12 is the connecting vertex. So here cost of this edge is 4 and directly we are going to take it, and cost of 4 comma 10 is cost of edge cost, that is 10 comma 12, so which is 2 here, and same thing this 11 is having 5. So next among these three we have got 4, 2 and 5. So simultaneously we are going to record that in a table. So here, so vertex 12 is having minimum cost as 10, and we are going to take vertex destination vertex as 12 only. So then we have found for 9, 10 and 11, which is having minimum cost of 4, 2 and 5, and from 12 they are getting these values, means these minimum cost are getting by connecting to the 12th node, hence we are going to write this 12 in table. Next we have to find the cost of these three vertices which are present in previous stage, that is 6, 7 and 8. So 6, 7 and 8 which are present in stage number 3. So here we are going to take minimum of, so incoming edge, here you can see for this 6, so we are outgoing edge. So from 6 we are having two outgoing edges. So one is with a weight 6 and one is with weight 5. So let us take both of them. So here 6 plus, so this 6 is connecting to vertex 9, hence we are going to take cost of that 9, and this edge is connecting to 10, we are going to take cost of 10. Here already we have got cost of 9 and 10, so directly substitute them. Cost of 9 is how much? It is 4. 6 plus 4 is 10, it is getting. Next 5 plus cost of 10, cost of 10 is already 2, so 5 plus 2 is 7. Among 10 and 7 minimum is 7, so we are going to take that minimum value as a cost of 6. So we found this 6. Similar way is taken for this finding cost of 7 and 8. Yes, so next here all the same procedure is followed for other things also. So if you are having three outgoing edges, so you have to find a minimum among them. So we'll take an example of 2 which is present in second stage. Here minimum of first outgoing edge is what, with a weight 4, it is connecting to sixth vertex. So here you can see, and one more edge is with a weight 2 which is connecting to 7, here you can see, and one more edge is with a weight 1 which is connecting to 8, here it is. So 4 plus weight of 6, so weight of 6 we have already found it as a 7, so 4 plus 7 is 11. Next 2 plus cost of 7, cost of 7 is already we have got it as 5, so 2 plus 5 is 7, and 1 plus cost of 8, cost of 8 is 7, so here it is 1 plus 7 is 8. Okay, so this is 11, this is 7 and this is 8. Among 11, 7 and 8, so minimum is 7, so we are going to assign that as a cost of vertex, that is 2. So same thing we are going to apply here. All the vertices of second stage are found. Next we are going for first, that is 1. Here we are going to find the cost of this 1. So here how many vertices are going out? So there are 4, how many edges are going out? There are 4 edges going out. So minimum of those edges can be considered, and it is giving us 16 as the final shortest path weight or cost. So simultaneously we are going to start recording these things. So here some of the entries you can see different from 12. So why? Because just observe node number 6, 7 and 8, we have got 6, 7 and 8, we have got 7, 5 and 7 as the minimum cost. Here you can see 7, 5 and 7. And here because of vertex number 10, So this vertex 6 has got minimum weight, hence we are writing here it as a 10. Here you can see. So this 7 has got minimum weight because of again vertex number 10. Hence we are going to write it as a 10. Here same thing, vertex number 8 has also got a minimum cost by vertex 10, hence it is 10. We are going to write it in a destination entry. Okay, here in last stage 1,1, so it is getting minimum weight which is 16 from two nodes, so that is 2 and 3. So in this entry you can see either it can be 2 or it can be 3. Hence we are going to take a shortest path. How to calculate this shortest path? So we have to consider from forward direction, as it is a forward approach. So here if you are considering vertex 1, which is the source from where you are going to start, so here which node I should consider for traveling, either 2 or 3. Got it? So hence if I start from first vertex which is present in first stage, so then I have to move to node number 2, or else simultaneously you can see one more solution, that is you can move to 3 also. So same thing we are going to show here. So here from 1 you can move to 2, or from 1 you can move to 3. Next once you reach second vertex, so where you can move, so which is giving you the minimum cost, that is node number 7. Hence when you are in second vertex which is present in second stage, you can move to node number 7. So here also whenever you are in third vertex, so then for third vertex which is giving minimum minimum cost, so that is vertex number 6. Hence from third vertex which is present in second stage, you can move to sixth vertex. So same thing, so whenever you are in 7th vertex, you can move to, here you can see 10th vertex, hence we are writing 10 over here. Whenever you are in 6th vertex, you can move to 10th vertex, so that we are going to write here. Next, whenever you are in 10th vertex, so which is giving you minimum cost path, so that is 12. Here also it is giving you 12. So same thing we have shown here, from vertex number 1 to you can move to 2, then to 7, and then to 10, so then to 12. Your second solution is you are choosing so third node from source node, then you are moving to 6, then you are moving to 10, and then you are moving to 12. So this is how we found 2 minimum paths for multi-stage graph. Now let us see the algorithm for forward approach. Here the input is a k-stage graph, so that is consisting of vertices and edges with n vertices indexed in order of stages. Next, E is nothing but set of edges, and cost we are going to have that is C of I comma j is the cost of edge I comma j, and we are having array, so that is P, which is the array for minimum cost path. Here first cost of n, it is nothing but cost of last node, we are going to consider it as a 0. So next we have to move, we have to traverse to the all the previous stages. Yes, so this we are considering cost of this node as a 0. So then we have to calculate cost of all the nodes of previous stages. So hence we have taken here it as n minus 1 to 1. Okay, so this step finding the cost, so we'll proceed from n minus 1 to 1. So hence we have taken for loop over there. So here we are going to compute the cost of every node j. Let R be a vertex such that j comma R is an edge of G, and C of J comma R plus cost of R is minimum. So that's what we have considered, minimum of edge cost plus the cost of vertex we are going to consider, and that we are going to assign it as a cost of J. So same thing, now R is assigned to D of J. So every time we are going to do this calculation, and we are going to calculate cost of J. So this is how we have found the cost of vertices, all the vertices. So then we are going to find a minimum cost path. So here we are considering the first node. So that is node number 1. So in forward approach, so then we are taking a decision over here which route is to be selected, which is giving the minimum path. So that we are going to consider. Up to n we are going to proceed this step. So we are going to start from second vertex, that is 2, up to k minus 1 we are going to look for, and here, so D P of J minus 1 we are going to assign it to P of J. So this is how we are going to calculate minimum cost path. So here, so this is how we have taken a minimum cost path. So this is the algorithm of forward approach. Next, backward approach, similar to the forward approach, but here we are going to consider the source node, and we are going to find the cost of all other nodes by proceeding to the next nodes up to last node we are going to take. So that is what backward cost of I comma j, where j is the node and I is the stage number, will be found by taking minimum of cost I comma 1 comma L. So that is cost of the vertex L which is present in previous stage plus CU of L comma J. So the edge cost of L to J we are going to find. So here, if I suppose I am going to take the cost, I am going to find the cost of 2. I have to consider edge from previous stage. Here you can see I minus 1 it is. So there we were considering in forward approach, we were considering the outgoing edge. Here we are considering incoming edge. Hence, so we are considering the edge from previous stage. Hence it is I minus 1. So that is the difference between backward and forward approach. So same thing we are going to apply. First we are going to take so this as a source, and we are going to find cost of vertices of this stage, that is 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4 and 2, 5. So next we are going to find these things 6, 7 and 8. Again same thing. Here we are considering incoming edge and cost of the vertex from where we are getting the edges. So minimum among them can be the cost of particular vertex. So this is how we have found. Same thing we are getting the answer as 16. So here going with the algorithm of backward approach, here cost of 1 we are going to consider it as a 0. There we are going to consider cost of n as 0. The destination vertex was considered as a 0. Here source vertex is considered as a 0, and here we are going to proceed for finding the cost of vertices from second node to n node. So here from second node to up to n we are going to find here the same approach, but we are going to consider the incoming edges. So again the cost is found, and minimum path, here we are going to look for the edges in next stage, and we are going to assign it to the minimum cost path. So this is the algorithm for dynamic programming approach of multi-stage graph using backward approach. Here let us know about the complexity of these algorithms. If G has some total number of edges, So then the time for loop computing cost of vertex j in an algorithm is it is going to have a how many vertices are there plus and how many edges are there. So this will be sum of vertices and edges. So the time taken by that for loop will be sum of vertices and edges. Then the time taken by another for loop we are using in order to find the minimum cost path. So that will be theta of k. Hence total time will be theta of v plus e. So that is total number of vertices plus total number of edges. So this is about complexity of these algorithms, forward approach and backward approach. So in this video we have learned what is dynamic programming approaches and what is the general method of dynamic programming. So next we have seen forward approach and backward approach for solving multi-stage graph by making use of dynamic programming, and we have learned also the complexity analysis of forward and backward approach. Thank you.